Welcome back to All This Math. This is Professor Parker. Make sure you're subscribed to the All This Math YouTube channel. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share this video. Tell people about what we're doing at All This Math. We're teaching math to the whole community. All right? Now, this video was also brought to you by the ancestor, the late Omawale, Malcolm X. You see him on my t-shirt. Definitely read his autobiography if you haven't already. If you have read it already, go ahead and read it again. Also study his speeches. You can listen to them on YouTube. Right? Read them. They've been printed. Also, there have been a lot of biographies written about Malcolm X. Some better than others, but you can go mine through and find the ones that are better. You know what I'm saying? I definitely recommend Dr. Clark's compilation, Dr. John Henry Clark's compilation, Malcolm X, The Man and His Times, with a lot of essays written by people about Malcolm X. I definitely want to highlight that. As a matter of fact, Betty Shabazz got a dope essay in there. You know what I'm saying? Kind of discussing Malcolm as a father and as a husband. You know what I mean? So definitely check that out. All right, so now this is what we're about to get into: integer arithmetic with counters, right? With number counters. And I just did a couple of videos on this, and I decided I wanted to do another one because I like this method. I never learned it back in the day when I was a young buck, right? So I like it. You know what I'm saying? It gives a good conceptual understanding of what is really happening when you are adding and subtracting positive and negative numbers, or subtracting positive numbers. You know, and it's a good introduction. Like I said in some of the other videos, I like to call it training wheels, right? Because it introduces you to how to add and subtract positive and negative numbers, right? So you see, as you look at number one, somebody looking at this might say, "Oh, it says 6 minus 3. That's a subtraction factor." True, it is. 6 minus 3 is 3, right? But I'm actually giving this example because I want you to see how the comparison, how you would use number counters in a more straightforward, more simple problem as compared to this 4 minus negative 8, a problem that deals with negative numbers. You know what I mean? So let's do this. We got 6 minus 3, right? So we want to represent each number with number counters, or at least we want to represent the first number. Since this is a subtraction problem, if you want to get technical, right? This will be called the minuend. The minuend. There's a name for that. The first number in a subtraction problem is called the minuend. M-I-N-U-E-N-D, or M-I-N-U-N, minuend. The second number is called the subtrahend. That's the number that is being subtracted. The subtrahend. Subtrahend. That's 3 syllables, right? Yeah, subtrahend. Minuend, subtrahend. Bet a lot of y'all didn't know that, right? Because once upon a time, I didn't know that. Don't feel bad. All right, so look. How do I represent 6? And that's a positive 6, right? Because there's no negative sign in front of it, so that means it's a positive 6. So the way I represent 6 is I draw 6 circles with plus signs inside of them. So I'm going to do this. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm subtracting. I drew a little plus up there because that was meant to indicate that that's a positive 3. So I'm subtracting, or I'm taking away 3 positives. So I got 6 altogether, and I'm taking away 3. So we don't got to do a whole lot of extra. We don't got to get into 0 pairs, right? We don't got to get into that because we have 3 that can be taken away. I can just take away 1, 2, 3. I took away those 3. What am I left with? 1, 2, 3. Whatever you're left with is your answer, right? Now you knew, because most likely you're watching this video, you probably know your subtraction facts by heart. Cool. All right. But I wanted to show you how, even with a more simple, straightforward problem like this, we can still use number counters. Okay. Now let's go to number 2. Number 2, we have 4 minus negative 8. Why are there parentheses here? Just to make things look neater, just to separate this negative 8 from this minus sign, negative 8 from the minus sign. That's all. Don't get intimidated by the parentheses. You know what I'm saying? It's just meant for separation, just to keep things organized in the expression. That's all it is for. It's for organizational purpose. All right, so we start out with 4, and that's a positive 4. So we want to draw 4 positive number counters. Just like we drew 6 up here, we're going to draw 4 down here. So I got 1, I got 2, I got 3, I got 4. All right, now I want to take away 8 negatives. Negative 8 means 8 negatives. But here's the problem. I don't got 8 negatives, right? I don't got 8 negatives. I can't take away something that I don't have, right? So, and also I can't just draw 8 negative counters, right? Because that actually changes the problem. Because then what that would do is that would be creating a different problem altogether. That would be creating a problem which would be 4 minus 8, right? Or 4 minus 8, basically, right? So what I got to do is in this situation, I got to use 0 pairs. 0 pairs. Now, why do I got to use 0 pairs? Because I can't just put 8 negatives, right? I can't just put 8 negative counters. I gotta draw something that does not change the original value of the problem. And if I use 0 pairs, right? With 0 pairs, then that doesn't change the value of the original expression, right? It doesn't. So for every negative one, for every negative counter that I draw, I gotta have a matching positive counter. Negative counter, positive counter. Negative counter, positive counter. Negative counter, positive counter. I gotta have it. So let's see what happens. So we're gonna do this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna change the color. I'm gonna make my negatives purple. All right, I'm gonna draw 8 of them. 8 negatives. I'm gonna leave a space in between because I'm gonna put a positive in between each of them. Because every negative is gonna be accompanied by a positive. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom, boom. 7. No, that's 8. My bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so I got 8, right? Now throw the positives in there because we need 0 pairs. And why do they call 0 pairs? Because every pair adds up to 0. Because this is essentially a negative 1, right? And this is a positive 1. What happens when you add negative 1 to positive 1? You end up with 0. That's why it's called a 0 pair. Everything in math has a name for a reason. Ask yourself why something is called something in math. That's going to help you a lot, I guarantee you. All right, so I'm going to put this positive right here. Negative, positive, negative, positive. It's a pattern. That's what math is, the science of patterns. It's a pattern. Boom. Negative, positive. Negative, positive. Negative, positive. All right, so now we got this. So now I can take away the 8 negatives. I can take away 8 negatives. I can take away or subtract 8 negatives. So when I do that, look for the 8 negatives. All these purple negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I took away the 8 negatives. I just did it. I took away the 8 negatives. Now the question is, what am I left with? What am I left with? I'm left with, now just count everything. Whatever's left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. That's the answer. Right? So this is how we do arithmetic, or specifically subtraction, with number counters. Like I said, I'm doing this video because I like this. I just like it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's my channel anyway. I can do what I want on this channel. But, you know, I happen to like this method of adding and subtracting, right? Using number counters. I got some other videos where we use the number line, which I also like. You know what I'm saying? I probably prefer that in real life. Like, I learned that back in 6th grade. 6th grade, I learned that. Ms. Luoma's class. Yeah. Like in 6th grade, how to add and subtract, how to do integer arithmetic with positive and negative numbers. Back in 6th grade, and she taught us using the number line, and I never forgot that. In life now, when I'm adding or subtracting positive and negatives, I visualize a number line in my head to this day. So if I'm doing like 4 minus 10, I visualize a number line. I see the 4, I go to 4. Since I'm subtracting, I slide to the left. How far do I go? I go 10 spaces because I'm subtracting 10. If I go 10 spaces to the left, where I end up at? I end up at negative 6. That's why 4 minus 10 is negative 6, right? That's the method that I really like, right? This is cool. I like this, but this is more like a novelty for me. You know what I'm saying? It's like I never learned this. I never learned this back in the day. Asada brought this home for homework last week, and I was like, oh snap! I need to get up on this, right? So, and I'm passing it on to y'all, sharing it with y'all too. All right. So yeah. So definitely study Malcolm X, practice integer arithmetic. Make sure you understand the number counter method. All right, and I'll see y'all on the next video.